Imagine a world where underdog teams in English football finally get a real shot at glory without the giants always dominating. Sounds exciting, right? That's exactly what Thomas Frank, the innovative manager now leading Tottenham Hotspur, is advocating for in a bold push to overhaul the Carabao Cup. Thomas Frank is urging a major shakeup in the Carabao Cup format, particularly by eliminating the two-legged semi-final ties, to level the playing field and boost the chances of smaller clubs lifting the trophy. This comes, as he labels the current setup as favoring the same boring teams year after year. For context, the Big Six clubs, think Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester United, and Tottenham, had a stranglehold on the competition for over a decade until Newcastle United broke through in March, ending that 11-year drought by claiming the cup after a thrilling final. It's moments like these that remind us how rare and special it is when outsiders triumph. But Frank believes the structure itself is rigged against them. Meanwhile, we've seen other surprises shaking up the landscape. Crystal Palace etched their name in history by winning their first major honor in the FA Cup, proving that perseverance can pay off even for mid-table sides. And take a look at the current Premier League standings. Teams like Bournemouth and Sunderland are rubbing shoulders with the elite in the top four, showing that smaller clubs are more competitive than ever. As Frank prepares his Tottenham squad for a crucial Wednesday night clash against Newcastle, the Danish tactician, who previously masterminded Brentford's rise, is calling for changes to the League Cup calendar. He argues that tweaking the schedule would give underdogs a genuine opportunity to snag some silverware, something that's increasingly vital in a league where financial disparities can feel overwhelming for beginners in football management. We should stick to just a single semi-final match, Frank emphasized with conviction. I've been saying this since my days at Brentford, and I'm thrilled to repeat it now as Tottenham's boss. He explains that for smaller clubs aiming to topple a bigger rival, a one-off game reduces the impact of squad depth and home advantage, making upsets more feasible. If the goal is to see fresh faces breaking through, and not just the usual suspects claiming victory, Spurs accepted, of course, then ditching one leg of the semi-final is essential, he added with a cheeky nod to his current employers. Frank points out the practical side too. Elite teams already juggle packed schedules, with European commitments and league fixtures, so a single decisive semi-final wouldn't overburden them. He hints at the financial motivations behind the two-legged format, suggesting it's tied to revenue sharing between the Premier League and the English Football League (EFL). If money's the sticking point, then it's time for the powers that be to sort it out, he said. As I see it, the Premier League funnels funds to the EFL through these extra games, but that shouldn't come at the expense of competition fairness. Fixing this should be straightforward. But here's where it gets controversial. Is preserving TV revenue really worth stifling excitement and diversity in winners? The last time the EFL Cup semi-finals were played over one leg was in the disrupted 2020-21 season due to COVID-19 restrictions. Back then, Tottenham, under Jose Mourinho, edged out Frank's Brentford 2-0 in that single match, only to sack Mourinho a week before losing the final to Manchester City. It's a reminder of how volatile football can be, even for the favorites. Reflecting on last season, Frank's Brentford side fell 3-1 to Newcastle in the quarterfinals after he rotated 5 players into the lineup, a common strategy to manage fatigue, but one that didn't pay off. That's ancient history now, the 52-year-old chuckled. All I recall is the defeat. Under Frank's guidance, Tottenham, who triumphed in the Europa League last campaign, are surging up the table to third place. They've notched 5 straight away wins without a loss, bolstered by 5 goals from set pieces, including a pair of powerful headers from defender Mickey van de Ven during their victory at Everton. Set pieces, by the way, are those dead ball situations like corners or free kicks where teams can exploit poor defending. Think of them as football's great equalizers for teams without superstar attackers. And this is the part most people miss. Frank's expertise in set pieces isn't new. It's a cornerstone of his coaching philosophy. The Dane shared how he honed these skills starting with his under-12 team in Frederiksværk, Denmark, and later with the national under-17 squad. That youth team stunned Jordan Pickford's England at the 2011 Euros, thanks to targeted training. The English lads were brilliant at open play but hopeless at defending set pieces, Frank laughed. Working with a traditional coach named Viggo Jensen, they drilled routines relentlessly, scoring the opener against Serbia in a 3-2 win and then blanking England 2-0. But it was at Brentford where this approach truly revolutionized their game, especially with owner Matthew Benham's analytical backing and director Rasmus Ankerson's passion for long throws. Those sneaky tactics where a player launches the ball far into the box like a javelin. Ankerson deserves the lion's share of credit for popularizing them, Frank noted, recalling his delight when a long throw led to Brentford's second goal in their famous opening day upset over Arsenal. Sky Sports has rolled out an unbeatable deal on their Essential TV and Sky Sports bundle for the 2025-26 season, knocking off £336 and unlocking over 1,400 live matches from the Premier League, EFL, and beyond. This article includes affiliate links. We earn a commission on qualifying purchases. Full details here. Expect at least 215 Premier League games broadcast live, up by as many as 100 from previous years, making it easier than ever for fans to catch every dramatic moment. So what do you think? Should the Carabao Cup ditch the two-legged semis to spice things up, or is the current format key to keeping the competition lucrative and fair? Could this change really empower smaller clubs, or might it dilute the drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you're Team Frank or if you see a different path forward for English Cup football.